And joining us now to talk more about the troop withdrawal from Afghanistan is Lester Munson, Senior Fellow at the National Security Institute and Principal of the International BGR Group. Lester, thank you so much for your time today. We appreciate it. As Eric just mentioned, President Biden will be withdrawing all troops from Afghanistan by September 11th, 2021, marking the 20th anniversary of the 9/11 terrorist attack. Let's talk a little bit more about that and also your thoughts on the troop withdrawal.
Well, this has been a long time coming. Of course, U.S. troops have been in Afghanistan for 20 years. President Biden's predecessor, President Trump, initiated this process. He started negotiations with the Taliban. There was originally a withdrawal date of May 1st. This pushes back that withdrawal date by about 4 months. So this is not new, but it's very interesting that President Biden has been willing to say affirmatively an unconditional withdrawal of U.S. troops by September 11th. It's the end of a very important chapter in U.S. relations in Afghanistan and the war on terror. It's not without risk. The U.S. pulling its forces out of Afghanistan means it's a huge opportunity for terrorist groups like Al-Qaeda, like the Islamic State, to fill the gap, to work with the Taliban to again become a threat to our interests. So this is a pretty courageous decision by President Biden, but it carries a lot of risks.
Another element that Eric touched on in his report earlier was global threats. I want to talk about that. In fact, the top global threat right now, according to intelligence officials, is China. How do you think the Biden administration should address it, and what exactly do you think they should do?
Well, I think they're largely taking the right steps in regards to China. Recall that it was President Biden's predecessor, President Trump, who initiated a process of the U.S. being willing to challenge China. It was not a perfect response from the Trump administration. It had some fits and starts. Initially, President Trump wanted to cut big trade deals with China. He, after a couple of years, kind of gave up on that and went to more of a confrontational approach, which seems to be merited very much by Chinese behavior. President Biden is trying to take that initiative and turn it into something more comprehensive and coherent and sensible for the whole of U.S. government. It's something for which he's got support from Republicans and Democrats. This is very much a bipartisan issue. So he's looking to integrate defense policy, diplomacy, our development dollars, which means our foreign assistance programs, make sure they're all working together so that we present the most robust approach to the Chinese challenge possible.
We have a little bit less than a minute left, but I want to quickly touch on this, the situation between Russia and Ukraine. What are the dangers there? And is this a conflict in which the U.S. should get involved? What do you think?
Well, I think the U.S. is already involved. President Biden has sent 2 Navy ships towards the Black Sea, which is very much in the region there that we're talking about. Russian forces have come from as far afield as east of the Ural Mountains to the border with Ukraine. It's a massive buildup. It's unclear what's going to happen. This has happened twice before. In 2014, back during the Obama administration, Russia took territory from Ukraine by force. This is very destabilizing for Europe. It's very destabilizing for NATO. President Biden called President Putin yesterday. He's asked for a summit in a third country in the coming months. I think that's a very smart move. Let's hope that his efforts meet with success and we're able to head off any kind of conflict here.
Well, Lester, thank you so much for your time and your analysis today. We appreciate it. Lester Munson, Senior Fellow at the National Security Institute and Principal of the International BGR Group. Thank you so much.
Thank you.